Hi, Northwest Orienteering Club compass video number 2. Last time we looked at two different kinds of compass and the important features of these two. This time, before we actually look at how to take a bearing, I want to cover two important rules that will save you from accidentally taking an inaccurate bearing. The first rule is that you must hold your compass level. It needs to be flat. It's true of both types of compass. If you're holding your compass on an angle somehow, then what you will find is that the needle may be skewed and you'll get a slightly inaccurate bearing. So if you catch yourself trying to take a bearing and you're looking at your map and your compass isn't flat, then it's not going to be accurate. Hold your compass flat. So that's rule number 1. The second rule is that you need to be behind your compass. All too often, particularly with newcomers, you see people holding their compass on an angle and using their wrist to orient to line up the needle with the north lines, and the problem is that if your compass is like this in relation to my body, I'm not standing behind it. Behind it is over here. I'm over here. The way the compass is designed to work when you're taking a bearing is that if you're behind it, you can look right down the middle of the compass, and that will give you the bearing. If you're not behind it, you're not looking down the middle. If you're over to the side here, you're looking through the compass, your bearing is actually pointed this way. The problem with that is that the little mental trap is that whilst you know you're supposed to run that way, you inadvertently run the way that your body is actually facing. Or at least you drag yourself off to the side. So that second rule is stand behind your compass. The way that I achieve this is like so. I put my compass on my map, I hold it with two hands in front of me, and I make sure that I'm standing right in the middle of it here. Now, I tuck my elbows into my sides, two hands, compass flat, and now turn my whole body in order to line up the needle with the north lines on the map. Now, from here it's much more difficult to use the wrists, and if you are using the wrists, it feels quite uncomfortable in your wrists and your elbows and stuff. So you tend to notice that you're doing it much more so than if you're just using your free wrist like this to do it. So there you go. Those are two little traps for young players to inadvertently not hold your compass flat, or to inadvertently be using your wrist to line up the needle with the north lines rather than using your whole body. Okay.